Welcome to Flourish in Math class. Our topic today is surds. So, surds are numbers written in root form. An example is the square root of 8. This can be written as the square root of 4 times 2. And we can separate this as square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 2. And the square root of 4 is 2 multiplied by the square root of 2. And this is 2 root 2. So square root of 8 can be written as 2 root 2. Rules that guide us to write in surd form. Rule number 1. It says the square root of x multiplied by y is written as square root of x multiplied by the square root of y. An example here is the square root of 32. The square root of 32 can be written as the square root of 16 multiplied by 2. This is because 32 is 16 times 2, where 16 is the highest perfect square. So, this can be written as the square root of 16 multiplied by square root of 2. And the square root of 16 is 4 times root 2. And this is 4 root 2. So square root of 32 can be written as 4 root 2. Rule number 2 says the square root of x over y is written as the square root of x divided by the square root of y. An example to illustrate this is the square root of 8 divided by 36. So this can be separated as the square root of 8 divided by the square root of 36. Now, square root of 8 can be written as the square root of 4 times 2, where 4 is a perfect square, divided by the square root of 36, because 36 is a perfect square. So, the square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of 2 divides square root of 36. And this we can write as the square root of 4 is 2 root 2 divided by 6. Now we can reduce this to the lowest term by dividing 2 over 6 by 2. So 2 divides 2, 1. 6 divides 2, 3. So we have the square root of 2 over 3 as our final answer. So the square root of 8 divided by 36 is square root of 2 over 3 in surd form. Rule number 3 is x over the square root of y. Here, this is written as x over the square root of y multiplied by the square root of y over square root of y. And this gives us x square root of y over the square root of y multiplied by square root of y gives us y. This is because we have square root of y multiplied by square root of y. This gives us square root of y all squared. Square root and square cancel each other, and that's why we have y. Okay, so what we have simply done here is called rationalization. An example to illustrate this is rationalize 2 over square root of 3. So what we do here is to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by root 3. So 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3, and root 3 times root 3 is root 3 squared. But remember that square cancels square roots, so this is 2 root 3 over 3, and that's our final answer. So 2 over root 3 is 2 root 3 over 3 in short form. Rule number 4, we have x root z plus y root z equal x plus y root z, because root z is common on both sides. So we have x plus y root z. Also, x root z minus y root z is x minus y root z. An example to illustrate this is 2 root 3 plus 4 root 3. This is 2 plus 4 root 3, and this gives you 6 root 3. Also, for subtraction, we have 9 root 2 minus 7 root 2. This is 9 minus 7 root 2, and 9 minus 7 is 2 root 2. Rule number 5, we have a over b plus c root x. Here you multiply both the numerator and denominator by b minus c root x. So we have a over b plus c root x multiplied by b minus c root x over b minus c root x, and this is a bracket b minus c root x divided by b plus c root x b minus c root x, and this is a bracket b minus c root x divided by b square minus c square x. How did we arrive at this? I will show you here. B plus c root x multiplied by b minus c root x. So b multiplies b, we have b squared, okay. Also b multiplies negative c root x, we have negative bc root x. Also c multiplies b, c root x multiplies b, we have plus bc root x. Then c root x multiplies negative c root x, we have negative c squared x. So if you notice here, bc root x, negative bc root x plus bc root x will give you 0. So we have this to be b squared minus c squared x, and that is how we arrived at this. To illustrate this is rationalize (3 over 2 plus root 3). So we have this to be 3 over 2 plus root 3 multiplied by, you multiply this by 2 minus root 3 to rationalize. So we have 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3. So we expand 3 times 2, we have 6. 3 times negative root 3, we have negative 3 root 3. Then we expand the bottom, we have 2 times 2, 2 times 2, we have 4. Then 2 multiplied by negative root 3, we have negative 2 root 3. Then positive root 3 multiplied by 2, we have plus 2 root 3. Then we have positive root 3 multiplied by negative root 3, we have negative 3. So here we have 6 minus 3 root 3 divided by 4, negative 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3 gives you 0. So we have 4 minus 3. So this gives us 6 minus 3 root 3 divided by 1. And this is 6 minus 3 root 3. And that's your final answer. Number 6, we have a over b minus c root x. This is similar to the previous rule, that's rule number 5. So here, to rationalize, you multiply both numerator and denominator by b plus c root x. So we have a over b minus c root x multiplied by b plus c root x divide b plus c root x. So this becomes a bracket b plus c root x divide b minus c root x, b plus c root x. And this becomes a bracket b plus c root x divide b squared minus bc root x plus bc root x, then minus c squared x. So this cancels this. So we have a bracket b plus c root x divide b squared minus c squared x. An example here is to rationalize 3 over 2 minus root 3. So we have 3 over 2 minus root 3. We multiply by 2 plus root 3 over 2 plus root 3. So this becomes 3 bracket 2 plus root 3 divide 2 minus root 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 3. So you expand 3 times 2, we have 6. 3 times root 3, we have plus 3 root 3. Then divided by 2 times 2, we have 4. 2 times plus root 3, we have plus 2 root 3. Then root 3 multiplied by 2, we have negative 2 root 3. Then negative root 3 multiplied by positive root 3, we have negative 3. So this becomes 6 plus 3 root 3 divide 4 plus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 is 0. So we have 4 minus 3. So this becomes 6 plus 3 root 3 divided by 1, and that is 6 plus 3 root 3. And that's the final answer. Let's work out a few examples here. Question number 1, simplify the square root of 75 x cubed. So here we write this as the square root of 75x cubed as the square root of 25 times 3, because 25 times 3 is 75, and the greatest perfect square there is 25. Then multiplied by x cubed can be written as x squared multiplied by x from the law of indices. X squared multiplied by x is x cubed. Okay, so this becomes the square root of 25 multiplied by, we can bring the x squared close to it, then multiplied by 3, then multiplied by x. So the square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of x squared is x. So the rest we leave them in the square roots. So this becomes 5x root 3x. So the square root of 75x cubed is 5x root 3x. The next example here is simplify 10 root 3 divided by root 2. So here Remember the law for rationalizing. We have 10 root 3 over root 2 multiplied by root 2 over root 2. Okay, so we have 10 root 3 multiplied by root 2 over root 2 multiplied by root 2, and this is 10 root 6. Root 3 times root 2 is root 6, then divided by root 2 times root 2, that is root 4. Okay, and square root of 4 is 2, so we have 10 root 6 over 2. 10 divides 2, we have 5. So this becomes 5 root 6. So 10 root 3 divided root 2 is 5 root 6. So in my next video, I will work more examples on sort. So that will be our sort lesson 2. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you and bye for now.